Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Style Masterclass Podcast. I'm your host, Judith Gaton. Today, we are going to talk about spring style, quick and easy refreshes and updates. But first, if you have not yet subscribed and liked, make sure you do so or leave us a review if you're listening in podcast format, and let's dive in. I actually recommend you start with refreshing and updating the environment in which you get ready. This is a perfect opportunity to do that. In fact, in our recent declutterathon, one of the things we talked about was priming your environment, getting rid of piles of paper and making sure you have an environment that's conducive to thinking at a higher level about wealth and legacy and all the things that you want to create in the world. I think sometimes we're so quick to jump right to our closets and to bring in new items during the spring. And I'm here for this. In fact, I'm going to talk about that in a second. But first, I think we actually need to prime our environment, refresh our getting ready space. So you want to get rid of old makeup, and you know I'm a huge proponent of that. In fact, if you are a member of the Glam Gal Gazette and get the newsletter weekly, and it's my free newsletter, we'll leave a link for you to be able to do that. One of the edits we had recently was all that janky, nasty science experiment makeup you got going on in your drawers to clean it out. And it was amazing because a charming community, shout out to a lot of y'all, Renee is in mind right now, especially, they were showing the inside of their drawers. And their makeup piles went from piles to strategic items that they use all the time and making sure that it was handy and available to them. I have clients who go through declutterathons who get rid of just old product bottles that are halfway used and old and kind of gross. That's what a lot of your getting ready spaces are like right now. It's full of half-used product that has been abandoned or forgotten, or it's completely used up and you haven't replaced it yet. So quick and easy win for a spring style refresh and update is to clean, tidy, spruce up, zhuzh your getting ready space. And for some of you, that means actually cleaning, no judgment, no shame. You do you, boo. For some of you, that means we're going to actually get some beautiful containers to organize. When the recent declutterathon, I actually made a point to make a distinction between organization and decluttering. Some of us are organizing a mess and not decluttering and getting rid of things. And some of us actually never get it to the organization phase. So zhuzhing might be, we're going to organize our makeup palettes. We're going to declutter a lot of them. We're going to make sure our favorite products are in hand. Maybe it's a time to revisit, and it's going to bring me to point number 2, some of the smells that we use and lightening those up and refreshing them for the spring. It's a quick and easy style win. So we're going to get our getting ready space zhuzhed up. And 2, we're going to play with the scents. A lot of us during the winter time, we gravitate towards muskier scents, things with a little bit of darker notes, things that have a little bit of weight to them and layers. Whereas in the spring, it's a perfect opportunity to introduce a little style refresh and update by changing the notes of the smells that you're wearing. Maybe going with a more citrus or more floral perfume. Or maybe going scent-free if you're just tired of wearing scents altogether. You always get to decide, but it's a quick way to have an easy refresh and a win. Number 3, play with your shoes. A lot of you have had your toes covered during the season, and I'm not even going to talk about what they might be looking like right now. You get to do you. But this is an opportunity to play with the types of shoes you've been wearing. A lot of you have been in snow and there's been salt and all kinds of things. So yes, I want you to care for those shoes that you're going to store away, right? Especially if they have any kind of salt on them, it totally eats away at your shoes. Please make sure they're properly cared for, cleaned, put away to be worn another day. But spring can be a transitional season. So while we're wanting to maintain and upkeep things that are waterproof, we also want to make sure that we've got our open-toed shoes, our sandals, all those little things that we like to wear and wear to death during the spring and summer season. We want to make sure we have those on hand for those warmer days. So you want to check in with your shoe game, my friends. I know personally, I will wear a pair of sandals to death every spring and summer season. I don't really like to wear closed-toed shoes, and I'm in Southern California, so I have that benefit. But I know that by the end of the summer, those shoes are a little janky, and maybe I will clean them and store them away to be rediscovered on another day. But by the time I'm pulling them out again, are they really wear worthy, or they're a little janky? You always get to decide, of course, but I want you to look into your shoe situation because that is, again, another place for an easy, quick style refresh and update. And this is going to bring me to my last refresh and update because I don't want to inundate you with too many tips. I want to make sure this is actionable so you can go take action right after this call, having your own Glam Gal mission. But what I want to say is undies. Now, you know I love to talk about undies. In fact, I recommend, if you have not done so, you go check out our Bye Bye Janky Bras and Undies guide. It's going to help you diagnose your common fitting issues and help you get on the track to get a refresh and an update. A lot of us during the winter time, we stop paying attention to a little bit of those undergarment niceties. We stop shaving, and hey, if you don't want to shave, you totally get to decide, but a little bit of self-care starts to go out the door. So by the time spring hits or summer hits, and we're going to be bearing a little bit more of our legs, or maybe wearing dresses and other things that require a different type of undergarment than jeans or a heavy sweater or leggings, we want to make sure you have the undergarments you need on hand to have the spring that has sprung kind of a season, which means we might need to get lighter undergarments. We might need to just get fresh cotton chones that we can sweat in and that moisture wick. Because hello, spring and summer for us fluffy peeps, right? So I want you to start to think about, what do I need in terms of undergarments to support the activities I will be doing this spring and summer? If I'm going to do a lot of walking, I'm going to be on a golf course, I want to make sure I have appropriate undergarments. If I'm going to be playing at the pool all day, I want to make sure I have the appropriate swimsuit. All these little things come into play. So I want you to just be more mindful of it as you enter into the spring season. So before you go shopping for all those other things like cute dresses, which I love, amazing handbags, I love, new accessories, I love, I actually want to make sure you have foundational pieces that are going to carry you throughout the season, like SPF. That's why we want to start with our getting ready space. Make sure we have beauty products that we need on hand. That's why I said to look at your shoes that actually support you as you walk around each day. Foundation garments that support, tongue in cheek, different parts of you as you go about all these activities. So start there. Your Glam Gal mission, should you choose to accept it, is to go get your getting ready space together. Check out your shoes. Make sure your undergarments are on point and ready to go so you can have an amazing spring and summer season. That's what I have for you today. If you like this episode, like it, comment it. We love to hear from you. Miss J out.